Hello everyone, very good morning to all of you students. This is Assistant Professor Ishani Trivedi from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Continuing with the session regarding the subject Construction, Equipment and Automation. Now students, in up to the previous sessions we have been discussing regarding the drone photogrammetry, right? We discussed about what is the basic concept regarding the photogrammetry, what are the different principles regarding the same. We talked about the aerial cameras, and then we switched on to how we can replace the standard aircrafts with the drones. We discussed about the different types of specific applications regarding the drones in the construction industry. Now today we are going to start with a new concept, a new module regarding the use of robotics in construction industry. Now students, you know that we have already discussed about the automation in the construction industry as well. We discussed about how automation can be applied in the various fields of construction activities. We discussed about the automated machine guidance system. We discussed about the application of automation in the construction of highway, in the survey works, in the laying of the works. Also we discussed about the prefabrication system, the precast system, that is the application of automation in the concrete technology. Now students, I would like you to know that the robotics and the automation go hand in hand, right? If I talk about automation, then it is also going to involve some kind of robotics in the particular field. So you should remember students that if we talk about the robotics, then it means automation is going to be an integrated part of the same. If we just talk about only automation, then robotics may or may not be a part of it. But if I am talking about robotics, meaning the automated parts are all included in this particular field. Now, so let us try to discuss about the basic concepts regarding the how robotics have brought a revolutionary change in the construction industry, how there are certain drawbacks as well regarding the use of robots in the construction systems, how there are many advantages as well which can overcome the disadvantages which we are facing right now in the current world, in the current market. So here we can see students that how if I am completely replacing the system with a robot, right? We can see over here a robot is built in place of a man. Instead of manpower, the robot is doing the man's work. He is doing something like over here, that is handling of the material. Now see students, I am going to include many parts over here which will be discussed in detail as well. So first of all, we have a robotic system which is developed. We can give it a name. We can also submit the prototype regarding the same and get it approved. So the first part will be the robotics part. Then what kind of work this robot can perform. So here we can see first of all it is handling the material, meaning it is lifting the material, it is carrying the material, it is transporting and placing it at its required position. The next which we can see is the welding work, the fitting work is also being carried out, the drilling work is also being carried out with the help of robots. So that becomes your laying of the materials, that is laying of the form work or laying of the mold or prefabricated system. So here two things are included: material handling system by robotics and the laying of the form work or the mold or any kind of structural member with the help of robots. So many such works can be done. Till now a lot of research work, R&D, that is research and development, have been made in this field. There are also there is also resistance to this field, that we cannot completely apply the robotics in this system, as there will be drawbacks as well regarding the accuracy at some level. Why? Now if I ask you that the use of robotics, is it going to give you accuracy? Yes, it is going to give you highest level of accuracy, but a small kind of mistake if you are making, then it is not going to have its own brains. it is going to do the work which it is programmed for, and if there is a small error, then that error is going to become a very big consecutive error. Consistently it will go throughout the work, and then at last a chaos can be created, right? So there are lots of discussions and research going on right now. Many systems have been already developed in the world, and the world is also carrying out, the construction industry is carrying out the works with the help of robots. For example, automated brick laying machine, or let us say a robotic brick layer machine, right? That is working right now in the construction market. Many such type of machines are also available, and with great accuracy, with less time consumption, you can perform the work with minimum amount of let us say only one or two individuals can perform the work. So there are advantage and disadvantage both to this field. So let us talk about the same. So the building erection process has changed very little over the past years. We know that the erection of building, the construction of the building, the method, the systems have remained very much same in the past few hundred years. Same principles are going on: the manual control, the human operator, visual feedback, and the positioning error. This is the standard procedure for any kind of construction. Only the elements which are changed are electrical or diesel actuators replaced the human force, meaning the machines which are used, that is the equipment, the automobile, which may be diesel run or any kind of fuel run, those things have changed. So these two advances allowed the increase in the elevation speed, the payload, and reachability. Now we have already discussed about the payload of the construction equipment. We have discussed the same in the very starting. So there are small advantages which are achieved with the help of the same. So hence the construction industry has become important research areas in the field of service robotics, right? So it is trying to say that not much of development has been taken place in the few decades over the past years, but because of the demand which is increasing for more and more benefits, the robotics area has been developed in the recent times very much. Now let us discuss further about the application of the robotics in the construction industry, how it has been becoming a trend right now, and it has brought changes in the construction market as well. So we know that in the past many attempts have been made in the last few decades. Many attempts have been made to improve the handling of the heavy objects, because that is one of the things where the workers face the issues. We can also talk about the inaccessible areas, so where it is hard to reach, so it also endangers the safety of the workers. It also becomes exhausting for the workers to carry out the lifting of heavy equipment, let us say just for the bricks. Then if there is a mass concreting work, or say mass structures are being carried out, and the material is required in tons of weight, then in those cases it is also going to become time consuming, as well as the labor work will be required more. It will become tedious. The safety of the workers, the health of the workers has also to be taken into account for. So because of all these drawbacks, because of the repetitive type of work specifically which are to be performed, the robotics have proved to be a very advantageous application in that field. Although it has its own drawbacks and disadvantages, but still it has proved to be a very big change right now in the construction industry. In the past few decades, if I talk about the intelligent roller compactor, which we had discussed in the automated systems as well. So in the last two decades, it was developed to carry out the automated machine guidance, which was applied in the highway construction, that is in the compaction roller compactor. So it had become successful at some level. It was being researched. For example, I can also say about the drone photogrammetry. Now we know that it is going to help us reach the inaccessible areas. It is going to help us carry out the survey works at a very fast rate within a matter of few hours, and it can carry out long range distances. So the highway construction work, the survey works in the highway construction becomes very much easy and cheaper, and along with that you can also get the digitalized three-dimensional models as well. So all these are none other than the applications of automation and robotics in the construction industry. So because of the certain drawbacks, that is the low level of standardization, that is the standard equipment, medium level of industrialization, and the intervention of numerous non-coordinated actors, meaning who all are involved in the construction project, say architect, civil engineer, structural engineer, the site supervisor, the clients. Now if you remember, then we had talked about how the interaction, how the drones become an communication tool between the various personnel, between the various parties involved in the construction work. We have discussed about the same, that how the site monitoring and progress work can be carried out with the help of drone surveys, and it is going to give you time to time updates, and hence this non-coordination can be overcome with the same. So particularly robotics have been applied in two different fields. The first is infrastructure and the second is the housing construction, right? Now the infrastructure is going to include the construction of reservoirs, dams, hydraulic structures, construction of bridges, tunnels, the highway pavements, right? We have already discussed about automated systems in the highway construction and in the canal lining structures. In irrigation also you can apply in many fields. So that is your infrastructure development, where you can apply the robotics. And the second is the housing work, meaning the erection of the formwork laying, the making of mold. We have discussed about the prefabrication system and precast system, how robotics can be applied along with automation in that field. That is nothing but the application in the formwork laying, in the erection of formwork, in the erection of skeleton of the building. So these repetitive type of works in these two fields can be carried out with the help of robotics. Here we can see is an example of automatic bricklaying machine, that is a robotic bricklaying machine. We can see that how with the help of just one individual you can carry out the work day and night at a very fast speed. The next you can see over here is a robotic arm, which is can be said as the handling equipment, material handling with the help of robot. We can see that how it is attached to the brick or whatsoever material, whatsoever block you want to convey, and with the help of operating controls you can carry out the handling of the materials with robots. Now moving forward to the mechanization and robotic concepts. Now robotization means, right, if you want to convert any kind of particular work, any kind of particular activity into robotic system, then you have to carry out the mechanization process. So mechanization and robotization process go together hand in hand. Let us try to understand what does it mean. Now if as a man I am going to perform certain activity, let us say laying of the masonry wall. Now if I am converting that particular work to the robots, meaning the shifting of work from the humans to the equipment, that process is known as mechanization. Let us try to understand the same with the help of a small flowchart over here. Now if I want to say lay the masonry wall, as I said already, I gave an example. So here the work will be first assigned to the workers, that is the humans. Now you can convert this, you can mechanize this into task equipment, and all together with both the help you can carry out the automatic bricklaying process. Now if you convert this full process into complete robotization, meaning without the help of the humans, actually it cannot be possible. I also want you to pay attention to one thing, that a complete robotization means you are always going to need at least one worker, at least one skilled operator to carry out the control activities. So in the mechanization and robotization process, the control task is not included. That will be always done with the help of at least one worker. So here it is also saying that control and support activities are not included when we are talking about robotization. Completely without the help of human intervention it is not possible. So now if you are converting this into complete robotization, then the full task will be done with the help of only equipment. The requirement will be only of a worker who will be giving the operating control. So based on that, you can classify the work which will be done, which work will be done by worker and which will be done by the equipment or by the robot. That can be classified into three types. One, in which equipment does not supply the energy. Second, equipment applies certain amount of energy. And third, the equipment applies all the driving energy and the worker has to operate only the control. Meaning you can convert this into simple terms as manual, semi-automatic and fully automatic. So in fully robotization, at least a worker is required to carry out the control tasks. Now, moving forward to the classification of the control task, as I said that once the mechanization of the work is done, once the robotization is done, so what will be the different levels of performing the task? In what task worker will be involved and in what task the equipment is going to perform? We are going to classify the different levels of the task. So the first task is hand tools. Whatever is required to be performed with the hand will be done first. Second is manually controlled devices. Third is tele-controlled devices. Fourth is pre-programmed devices. And the fifth is the use of the cognitive robots. Now let us take an example of the same and then try to understand. Suppose I am taking an example of automated brick laying process. I am taking an example of a robotic brick laying machine. So what is the first level of the task? The first is hand tools, meaning the hand tools is going to include the laying of bricks with mason's trowel, right? So in the starting, you may require to put up the coin brick in the corner. You need to put the advance in the say advance or height of the brick has to be maintained, of the course has to be maintained. So there will be certain works which will be done in the starting, that is laying of certain let us say half brick bats or coin bricks, etc. The second task is manually controlled devices. Now the manually controlled devices means the drilling machine, right? The drilling of hole in the wall with an electric drill, the riding of an operator on an excavator. See, I am giving you examples over here. It can be excavator also, it can be any other type of equipment you can use which will be performing the work on the site. So the use of manual equipment where the worker is going to perform the work with the help of the same, that becomes your manually controlled devices. The third which we have is tele-controlled devices, meaning the moving of loads with a crane that is remotely controlled, right? Meaning you are going to move a crane, right? The crane which is remotely controlled, meaning the skilled operator is going to perform the work inside and he is going to give commands and controls, that is your tele-controlled devices. Now see students, along with this you can also consider this as a generalized example as well, that what activities are involved in these particular stages. Next we have is pre-programmed devices. For example, the digging of a trench in the ground by an intelligent excavator that can make decisions on basis of the observations. This becomes your AMG, automated machine guidance, that is your intelligent excavator, robotic excavator. And last is cognitive robots, the laying of bricks by a robot that places bricks and mortar according to the instructions. Complete work will be done by the robots. So this is how your different levels of the task are classified and what falls under what category can be determined from the same for bricklaying process as well as the generalized process. Now at last we are going to talk about the specific benefits of robotics in construction. You already know about the benefits, but we are going to talk about them a little bit in depth in terms of safety, in terms of cost, in terms of time, right? So the first is less dependency on direct labor. As I said that robotics is although not completely automatic operated, a skilled operator will be required, but your dependency on the laborers, on the workers will become very much less, almost negligible, because you are going to use completely all the processes will be done with the help of robotics. The second is productivity increase. Now as the time consumption will become less, as the repetitive work can be carried out in a very short period of time. This work can also be performed day and night with the help of robots. Because of all these factors, what is going to happen is your productivity, your efficiency of the work is going to increase. Third is occupational safety increase. The safety of the workers, right? The automated systems can carry out the work in all kind of dangerous zones. We have seen that in the drone photogrammetry as well. This makes it possible to reduce the labor injuries and more safety to the workers. Next, quality increase. Quality control can be obtained. The operations with automated and robotized systems are carried out with less variability than the human workers. Although, as I said, there is a drawback, but high quality, high accuracy can be obtained with the help of robots. Next, greater control over the productive process and greater control over the final result of the process, right? So the monitoring work, the progress work, the site control, the interaction between the people, between the supervisor and the workers, all these factors are going to add towards the benefit of greater control over the processes. Okay students, so this covers your basic concepts regarding the robotics in construction industry. We talked about the benefits as well. There are also disadvantages which you can go through. We will talk about the specific applications of robotics in the next session. Till then, have a good day students. Thank you.